This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hey guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another speed build. I am in San Myshuno today, doing an apartment renovation for the first time ever using the Sims 4 Cottage Living expansion pack. So I'm very excited to share this with you guys. I've been really wanting to get my hands on the pack again and play around with other packs. And since I was a little bit limited on time, real life has been kind of wild lately, I thought I would sit down and furnish my favorite apartment that I always furnish when we get a new pack. So we are in 131221 Chic Street in the fashion district of San Myshuno, which is the apartment that normally belongs to Penny Pizzazz. And I had a little bit of a concept here. I thought it would be really cute if we had some Sims that were from Henford-on-Bagley, ended up moving to the city for some sort of job opportunity, and got this really small apartment. They decorated it the way they wanted to. They painted the cabinets to match what the style they wanted was, and they brought their own fridge. The sinks and stove and stuff were already built in, but they had to bring their own fridge and their own furniture and all of that sort of stuff. So it's kind of a mix of styles. And I was thinking they came here for a job opportunity. So country living in the city is sort of what I was going for. And while they were here, they unexpectedly had a baby. So this is for a couple and a toddler. I did make this into a 2-bedroom apartment that has everything you would need for a toddler. So we have a shub, we have a toddler potty, we have a high chair, which is not necessary, but when you can get it to work properly, it's pretty cute. But usually it's just very frustrating. But I added one in here anyway, in case you wanted it. But if you guys like this apartment, I will make sure I upload it to the gallery tomorrow when the pack is live on July 22nd. If you'd like to find it, you can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. Anyway, we're in the kitchen here still. I did move the table and chairs over to the corner and make that more of an open concept dining space. And then I am playing around with cluttering up the kitchen space, using mostly stuff from Cottage Living, to be honest. But I am using some other items as well, and I thought it would be nice to have a washer and dryer in the kitchen. As I'm saying this right now, I'm realizing I did forget to put a hamper in this house, so I'm going to have to try to remember to add that before I upload this to the gallery. But if I don't, for some reason, that should be a pretty easy fix to make. And we have a picnic basket in here if you want to take that into the city and have like a little family picnic. Getting my cutting boards that I put in every single build. I'm going to be moving those over in a little bit. And it was actually really interesting. I must have not turned off auto counters when I was building this, because at one point I pulled the counter away from the wall and it like snapped. And I never have auto counters on. I like individually picking the pieces I want. So that was really interesting. But I'm using this hutch over here that came with the new pack, once again in that beautiful green color like I was imagining. They did paint everything in here to make it match. I thought that was such a cute addition. I've definitely seen a lot of people rent apartments and not like the color of something, so they just paint it. And so that's definitely what I was going for here. I could see these floors and these counters being present in an apartment like this in all sorts of swatches, just like I was going for a little bit of an older look, hence why I went with the striped wallpaper in here, because we also have a striped wallpaper in the hallway of this apartment. I've tried to put some rug in here since there was some carpet in the hallways here, but I didn't end up doing that in the end. But in the entry space, we do have a giant fireplace, which I really, really like. And then I end up using the couch from Cats and Dogs, which I think matches really nicely with this particular pack. And I also grabbed some paintings. Those are from Dine Out. They're from places all over the world. I was thinking maybe they traveled before they moved here. They just happened to travel all over the country, all over the continent they were in, and seeing all kinds of beautiful places when they were younger. And then they ended up moving here for a really good job opportunity. And it turned out to be a really good thing that they did all their traveling before, because now they're very busy with not only their careers here, but also a toddler as well. And I kind of was thinking they had aspirations to either move back to Henford-on-Bagley or maybe just move to a different like countryside space or get a bigger space, because right now this is such a small apartment for them. And just not being too far away from a career would be good, but also having a big space would be good. And it's going to be a little bit of a juggling situation to figure out where makes the most sense for this family. I really liked that idea. I think it's pretty realistic to move someplace for a good job opportunity. So I have fun represented that in this household. But anyway, the living room is pretty much done here. I really liked how nicely the coffee table from Paranormal worked with this pack. I think it looks really cute. I wasn't even originally thinking of using that one, and then I realized it had a very similar bluish green swatch that we're using throughout, and I really liked that. I'm also using some counters over here to fill in some space, and also so that we have a space for a microwave and a tea maker. Swapping out the rug in the kitchen as well. I'm so into the color scheme of green and pink right now. I think it's because of cottage living, because we got a lot of colors that match that so well. It's so pretty. I love it. So that's definitely something that was on my mind and wanted to use that. And then we're in the kitchen here, or this is not a kitchen, this is a bathroom. Moving the same counters from the kitchen to the bathroom. Just have all of your basics in here, and I will be scooting the toilet over in a little bit to have a toddler potty as well. I also deleted the wall here for a moment so that I could actually put the toilet paper on the side of the counter. I don't often do that in builds because depending on where the bathroom is, it's a lot of hassle, or it's impossible if it's on the outer wall of an apartment. But I think that's more realistic to my experience. It's usually mounted to the side of a cabinet, not to the wall next to the toilet. So that's why I did that. For some reason, I was like, today is the day I'm going to make this realistic. Don't know why I haven't in the past, but today is the day. So I did that, and then we're just trying to pick out a rug. I tend to like to use this one from Parenthood. I think it's really cute with all of the leaves on it. I also enjoyed the wallpaper behind the sink in the bathroom. That is from the new pack as well. I was thinking maybe that wasn't there when they moved in, and they just decided to wallpaper that back wall to go more with the style they had. This is the new bed that came with Cottage Living, and I was just scrolling through the swatches, deciding what to use, and I'm not a huge fan of the gold pieces on the headboard here, but I love the color combination of the blanket. Having the blue and the yellow, it just made me so happy, so I had to use it. And then I am pairing it with these side tables from the Seasons pack. I really liked how they both had the black metal frames on the outside, so it matches the bed pretty nicely. And yeah, just getting some decorations here. I also ended up putting this painting from Cats and Dogs up above. I think Cats and Dogs matches really nicely with this pack in particular, and I'm excited to play around more with that idea. Plus, there's just a bunch of items that are general clutter items that came with this pack that I feel like we're going to be able to use in so many different scenarios that don't necessarily have to be like, they're from Henford on Bagley. But that was the idea I had with this apartment, so I needed to get it out of my brain and into the screen so I could move on. Sometimes you just have an idea and you're like, I just have to do it. I have to do it. And that was this one. I also put a planter in here. We're cluttering up a desk space. It ends up, I think, having like a regular desktop computer in here, which I feel like doesn't really fit the style of this apartment, but I wanted them to have a computer because in The Sims it's kind of important. But I'm not the biggest fan of the new one that we got with the pack. That's kind of like a typewriter computer hybrid. So I just put a regular one in here, but you could easily swap that out or delete it if you don't want it. Maybe a laptop would have made more sense. And then we're getting a tiny living dresser over in the corner because there's not a lot of space in here. I'm pretty sure I make it black in the end. Yeah, so it matches the metal in this space, and I think that worked pretty nicely. And then we're moving on into the toddler's room. This room ends up being very purple. I tried having a rug in here, but I get rid of it in the end, and we end up using the toddler bed that came with the Eco Lifestyle pack because it's the best toddler bed. We need more toddler beds. The ones from Base Game are just not that great, and then Eco Lifestyle's like, I am the best toddler bed. And we just haven't gotten any more. I hope if we do get a Generations pack at some point that we get a lot more toddler stuff, like for bedrooms and baby stuff as well. I'm hoping we'll get updated babies before a pack like that comes out. But I think this room came out cute. It's very pink and purple. Adding a dresser over behind the bed. We have this adorable rug on the ground. We're going to get a little bunny over here. I was thinking maybe there was a lot of bunny stuff in here inspired by where their parents used to live. And yeah, just finishing up decorating in here, and then we'll be heading on into screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everybody.